What up, y'all? You are tuned into Truth Talks, the show that is like no other show you have seen on TV. That's right. Now think about it. Like the conversations at the barbershop or the unfiltered chats at the barbecue, right? I'm Ryan Cameron, a radio host, comedian, community advocate, and I got some folks here, some co-hosts. They are R&B syndicated radio personality Willie Moore Jr.
Yozers!
Well, let them know what the show's all about, man.
Listen, so of course, you know, I have a radio show, the Willie Moore Jr. Show. We touch a lot of people across this country. I've been running my mouth for a long time because I was short-lived in the hood, and you got to either know how to talk or make people laugh.
That's right.
So I'm just glad that we get an opportunity to, like, really speak some truth to power. Black people tired of hearing all that extracurricular activity. We want that real. So this is the place to get it, right here on Truth Talk.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we have somebody else who was right here. You know her from her viral video with Cam Newton and Nick Cannon. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, what's good?
What's up, Doc Squad? Y'all heard Ryan King. It's your favorite doc, Dr. Bryant. I bring the smoke because I am no joke, but I package it up with a lot of love. And so I have been a psychology expert for 16 plus years. Y'all probably see me on Teen Mom Family Reunion. And now I'm here with my Truth Talks family, and I can't wait to bring y'all some truth. I can't wait to drop some real shit. And I'm gonna bring it to y'all just how I do it, how y'all love the doc. So you asked for more of me. Here I am on my new talk show with these amazing, amazing hosts. So welcome, y'all. Welcome.
And last but not least, this is your favorite millennial's favorite millennial. Yeah? Hey, I just coined that. Y'all give it up. Yeah, we all remember of the Bree Hive, Miss Bree Renee.
Oh, hey, y'all. I am so excited to be here, y'all. If you don't know me, I go by Bree Renee, straight from the A. I'm an ATLian, born and raised, so I'm excited to be here. I come from radio as well. I was a co-host on Black Girl Stuff on Revolt, and I'm just excited to be here talking real truth. And I'm going to keep it real, because I know y'all a little bit more classy. Y'all a little educated. I'm going to keep it raw. I'm going to keep it street. Okay, I'm gonna let you know what we talking about over there on Bankhead. That's where I'm from.
Keep it street. I like it street, sis. Keep it
West
street.
Side Bankhead.
Right, we gonna keep it real.
Well, you know, I am from Bankhead too, though. So just because, you know, don't let the smooth face fool you.
Right.
I'm still zone one to the fullest.
Y'all going A on me. I am from L.A.
We
Los Angeles,
know that.
So I got to say that. But thanks, Bree. Beyond the headlines, we have a deeper dive into why this matters to us, right? And so we're going to talk about different conversations as far as like what matters to us, how we feel about those conversations. And then, yeah, we're just going to keep it 100.
And we're going to kick off things with like trending truths and break down the latest gossip, you know. Unlike a lot of other shows where you see either people are scripted or they think about it because they know they're on television, we are 100% raw and unfiltered.
Listen, like, y'all, why in the hell is Dr. Dre's psychologist suing him for $10 million?
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
That's a whole lot of money to get sued for.
Listen.
And then we're going to be talking about why did it take months for John Amos' daughter, Shannon, to find out her daddy passed away. Like, that's wild.
Yeah. Super crazy. Like we said, this is the show that's going to give you all the hot topics you need to share with all your friends, your family members, your co-workers, your little mama and them, your cousin them.
Your baby daddy.
I'm one of them. Pray for me.
Right.
She be done text me. I sent you.
All right.
I mean, the thing that I like about this show, and we've already, you know, talked about it before, is like it is unfiltered. It is talking about politics. It's talking about pop culture. It's going to be some people on here that's going to say something controversial that's going to be trending the next day. And that's what I love about the fact that it is, I mean, it is what it is. It's not somebody's like, you know, I don't know about those people. We all are real. Dr. B, you know about that.
When you say it's going to be somebody who says something that's real off
It's
the
probably
record,
you.
it'll be me. And if it's somebody who's going to disagree with y'all like crazy, but I'm going to love the hell out of you after, it's going to be me. Because I already know that my opinion about a lot of stuff, I know, Ryan, there's a lot of things that I have an opinion on that you agree with, but there's also a lot of stuff that Ryan can be like, now, Doc, are you really serious now, Doc?
So I make sure that when you start going just a little too far, I'm going to hit you with a bell with the whole time out. Because you can go.
Because you said I'm a gangster that be saying all kinds of curse words.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. The bell is going to be the fifth host. I'm going to probably be leaning it towards you and guest. Because I want to tell you, sometimes she gets so passionate, it's some people out of L.A. that she fighting for that I don't know about.
What I do, Willie?
Oh, she hitting crip walks and everything. I'm like, did she just crip walk?
No, for
Did
sure.
she just crip walk?
But that's what I think I love most about this show is that it's going to show the world that black people aren't monolithic. You know what I mean? That we can agree to disagree, that we can be, you know, because we get passionate when we talk about what stuff that we care about.
Yeah.
So that we can be real, raw, passionate, and still love each other at the end of the day.
That's right.
It's like a game of spades. It get a little spicy, but we still family.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
And if somebody renege, we're gonna call them out on it.
Okay.
Straight up, straight up,
gang.
straight up.
As
And
you
we're
know.
gonna be black. We're gonna be black while we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be black. One more time. We're gonna be black while we do it.
Right.
Meaning we're not gonna run for president and say we can't do just anything or something
Here we
for
go.
black people.
Already
we
in the-
already.
Wait,
We
this is the
need-
first show.
This the
Right.
first show. We're not doing that on the first
okay,
show.
so okay, let me
Doc.
self-regulate.
Yeah.
Let me self-regulate.
Please.
But listen, I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna do like the Bible, and I'm gonna take dominion and possess my blackness
on,
as a
dominion.
black woman. Okay, I'm black and brown, but when I
Yeah.
tell my mom, I said, Mom, I wanna welcome my brown brothers and sisters to True Talks. I wanna make sure they tap in as well. And my mom is Mexican and Creole, y'all. She said, but baby, you black.
Yeah.
I said,
And
Mom, and it is.
And are.
So I'm just saying, I'm gonna stand on that, cause y'all know I'm a self-regulate, but y'all know how I feel about
Don't do it. It's early.
It's early, but another reason why I'm excited about this show too, I feel like there's never been a space on television, period, that has given a voice or an opportunity to hear from black men perspective.
that.
Yeah.
So it's like, not only do you have us strong black women talking, but we get to hear from pivotal black
Yeah.
men like y'all, and y'all can speak from y'all real experience. Y'all can stand up for what's really happening in the barbershop.
That's right.
Like you said.
And we got kids.
And y'all got kids. And y'all raising y'all kids.
That's right.
Come on, Black
Yeah.
Daddy.
And I love that because this is election year. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to regulate. But during election year, we don't hear any policies or legislation that is for black men. And to me, to your point, Bree, I don't like that. I feel like y'all matter.
Yeah,
y'all
Y'all are the heads. Y'all are the nucleus to us. Straight up.
One of the things that I admire most about Willie is he is unapologetic about his spirituality. I mean, he wears the Willie Moore show, the Love You More show, all of it. Man, you got to talk about the fact that, man, you don't pull no punches. You come with the real though.
Listen, the one thing that I did not do, and a lot of people do say that because we're in this culture, the Christian culture.
Right.
Like, I didn't necessarily go to church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We went Sunday.
And that was enough.
And then we went Sunday, and then, you might catch the Holy Ghost on the inside, and you feel that smoke, but when you come out,
Wait,
it's
no
going to be
Wednesday
cool.
Bible study?
Cool Filter King smoke.
Did you
No Wednesday Bible study for me.
So
but,
was y'all drinking Jesus' wine on Wednesday?
So not on Wednesday, but like I don't think I took communion till like I was 14, like 14 years old, 15 years old. But I was pretty Willie at the time, being an R&B singer, living a really good life.
Baby, you
And
still pretty, Willie. Baby, you still pretty,
Come on,
Willie.
listen,
Baby, you still pretty,
You
Willie.
got to tell them the Pretty Willie story though.
Yeah, so I'm out. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm signed to Warner Brothers. I'm doing really good. I'm opening up for a guy named DJ Quick, and I'm outside smoking and just having a moment. Everything is where it's supposed to be in my life. Pocket full of money, because we ain't had debit cards back then.
Hey.
when
You
you
got
in
to have
LA
that rubber
and
band.
when
You
you
got
in-
to have
Hey,
two of 'em.
the broccoli rubber band from the grocery store.
Yeah, you got to have
But
it.
when you in LA, you need money, baby.
Yes, had to get the money.
We require that.
And I heard a voice, and it said, your way or my way. And I didn't know where that was going to take me, but I just knew that I was in the wrong position.
I love that.
So I gave that part up, and God is truly expanding my territory. So for people out there who really want to tap into spirituality but want to be authentically who you are,
Right.
Yeah.
this is the place for you. We always going to have a border, a foundation centered in the Lord. So it's going to be good. But
I
you can be
love
yourself.
that story because God will find you wherever you are. And I have a similar story. So my family owns a strip club here in Atlanta called the Blue Flame Lounge.
Come on, the blue flame.
You know,
Wait, tap it for me one time.
dance is on me later. Okay, but I was waitressing at the strip club and I found Jesus in the strip club.
Yeah.
He had fell off a nigga chain, but I had picked it up. I was like, Jesus, is that you? In the pile of money. I didn't know you would find me here. But that's when I was like, you know what, Lord,
But
I
he
gotta
meet
get
you
my
where
life
you at.
together.
He meet you where you at because his thoughts ain't your thoughts and his ways ain't your ways.
Okay.
Woo.
So Ryan, of course, you won Emmys, and of course, we hear you as the voice of the Falcons. And I have always been a fan of your radio show.
Same.
But talk a little bit about your background being the voice of Atlanta.
I mean, for me, it all started with a speech impediment. For a lot of times, people say, when I was younger, I couldn't say the R's, I couldn't say the W's, and my grandfather would make me read out loud. And shout out to CAU. I didn't go to a HBCU, but they had like a program where they took us and they said, this is what they sound like now. And then 6 weeks later, they did like a hooked on phonics, and this is what they sound like then. And the first time I heard my voice on the radio on WCLK, I knew this is what I wanted to do on the radio. So here I am. It went from a speech impediment to this Hall of Fame ring. You already know what's going down,
Wait,
baby.
but Ryan, I want to ask really quick. The speech impediment. So do you still get a little nervous because it was there? Just how did you? Okay.
No, I mean, right now, I'm just glad to be here. And you know what? I've been playing spades by myself since I was a little kid. So, you know, I've always had imaginary friends. My mom was like, who you talking to? I'm like, you don't know.
You don't even know.
We got one when we come back, man. It's True Talks. We back. We live. Let's
What's
go.
up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
We are back, and it's all about politicking. We're here to talk about politics, but we're also keeping it blacking it. Black.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so, you know, y'all ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So here, of course, people on MSNBC, CNN, they bring it a certain way. But we have a different level of truth. Unlike any other, even our friends over at Fox, this here's a little different. This is the place where people truly get the best opportunity to take that mask off. Because everybody can put that politician face on. So we have guest correspondents like my man, scholar, and fraternity brother, Mark Lamar Hill, and other big names from the political world that I'm sure you're going to really enjoy. We're speaking to everybody. So I believe by faith, you're going to really feel this in your sha-na-na. Come on, somebody.
And not only are we going to have them here, really, but we're going to ask the difficult questions like, what's up with the independent candidates that's running? Like Cornel West, is he going to cost Kamala Harris the election or what?
Hold up. Or why did Stacey Abrams disappear after she flipped this state right here, Georgia, blue?
Yeah.
That's all I want to know. And then, hold on. And then she, open up your hands. Oh, let me get
Open up your hands.
What?
Then she handed Joe Biden the presidency. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ran black, handed Joe Biden the presidency,
Facts.
and then didn't even get to be able
So
to
what
be
do you
the candidate for
think
VP.
she went? What do you
think
think
she
happened to
bought flowers.
Stacey? What happened to her? Because, you know, I saw her at a recent rally for Kamala, and she came out, and the crowd was still chanting, Stacey, Stacey. And she was like, no, chant Kamala. It's like they were really behind her, but like, you know, what happened after she went on Star Trek?
Honestly, I think it was, you know, her running black. Her running black got her so far, which was her true leadership and character. And then the same thing that happened with 49ers player. Y'all help me out. I'm having a brain. 49ers player. Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
With Cap, right? He went real black for us.
Yeah.
And look, black folks, we went real silent on him. I'm just going to say that. He lost his whole contract over us, okay? And we went real silent on him. He didn't get to become the VP candidate of the black culture. Okay? And where is he at now? He's still on a football field trying to get another contract.
See, black people was riding with Colin, for real.
We did.
Until he took that settlement, and then we was like, yo,
What,
wait.
with Nike?
Yeah, well, no, with the NFL.
With the NFL.
When you took the settlement, they was like, yo, we was riding, we was like, whatever you want to do, they was talking boycott, we're going to do all this, and then all of a sudden the check
then he
cleared,
got bought
and
out.
people got upset, people was mad.
Yeah, he got bought out. And then I'm like, well, maybe, you know, we think running for these elections and everything is like people's passions, but sometimes you get into it and you get all that hate and you dealing with all that stress. And then like,
gets heavy.
and then you be like, you know what? I'd rather have my peace. Like Michelle Obama.
Right.
You know, we talked about that off camera before about how Michelle was like, you know, I don't want to run for president because this is a lie. I did my time in the White House and I'm out. I want to live a regular life, get my little silk press and my perm and go about my business.
Well,
When
one thing
majority
that she
of
did,
us
she
would have
did-
liked for Michelle to run. I know that for sure.
Well, I know that
Yeah.
you wanted her to run, but the one thing that she said was the best thing about not being in the White House after 8 years was the fact that she got to roll down a window. And, you know, that's
Exactly.
a
And
big
just be
deal for
human.
somebody.
Because
you know?
life is about living.
Exactly.
You know, and these people can serve, but then like you said, sometimes they get to these positions and where does it get them? They don't have peace. Then some of us don't support them and then it's like, I'm fighting for y'all and y'all are fighting against me.
Come on now.
Yeah,
So,
you know,
come
but
on now.
Stacey, listen, if you ever want to come to Truth Talk, because I had the opportunity to sit down with her, let me tell you something.
sis.
She is probably one of the most phenomenal women that I have ever had the opportunity to sit down. Now here goes the catch-20, sit down with. But here goes the catch-22. We know that America, they have a certain type of black person that they embrace and put on these different pedestals.
Talk to us,
And
Willie.
it's just really unfortunate that I just don't think she fit the description that people were looking
Well,
for.
what's the description they looking for? I'm waiting.
Well-
What's the description they looking for?
You remember that old paper bag test back in the day? Back with the AKAs, they used
What's
to do
the
that.
description today that they looking for? Is she happening to be running for president this
knew she was
election?
gonna-
Now
You knew
here
she
she
was
come
gonna
with
do
the
that.
smoke. Here
What I
she
tell
come
you,
with
we
the
gonna
smoke.
do that second. We're gonna do that the second show. Because if I start going there, we're gonna be here for a while.
Okay.
Right.
Praise the Lord.
Okay.
But y'all look like at least cousins.
Oh,
Exactly. Exactly.
What you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You make him run for president.
You might can run too.
Well, I think that's horrible that I have the look. So people will be voting for me for identity politics, right? Just because they can relate to the light skin. I think that's horrible because Listen, leadership ain't about color. It's not about gender. It's about politics. It's about policy legislation. And it's about character.
Facts.
So, you know, I wouldn't want no one to vote for me because I'm light-skinned. I want someone to vote for me because I'm a leader. I could run some plays. I'm going to bring it home from, and I'm going to change a community.
But you know what part I feel like we are too harsh on Kamala. I feel like we have had how many white presidents run for us and how many had any, right, and how many of them have had policies for us? None. We didn't. Clinton didn't have none. Bush didn't have. Neither the Bushes
And,
had any.
and I love
of them.
that you said that.
And we don't give them the hard time.
And guess
we
what?
still went out and voted.
And you know why people love Trump? Even some black people? Not saying me. Because he running white. That's my point. Listen, all the white presidents you said was running white. They never promised us anything. They said we running white. We not gonna run no black plays. And that's just what it is. So none of us should have been on the field trying to be a Moss catching it from Tom Brady. It wasn't no freaking no Jalen Hurts out there.
But we still went out and voted for one of the other.
We had
the
it.
options.
Your points are very important, but Bree, what is it? Is there voter apathy amongst your generation? Is it? Tell me how you feeling right now, because you've said some stuff on here that it's kind of like off the beaten path.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, Ryan, and what me and my friends talking about in the group chat. So a lot of my friends are like millennials, Gen Zs. They are really on the fence about even going out and voting.
Come on.
They do feel like our vote doesn't really count. And I still fight for, I'm an advocate for voting, period, in major elections like presidential and even all the way down to local. Because I feel like at the end of the day, somebody died for me to have that right. So I'm a ride for them for that forever. You know, but a lot of millennials honestly are kind of leaning towards Trump. And I think it's because a lot of celebrities as well are going out and speaking, saying that they're in solidarity with Trump. Like I know Alexis Scott, she's a vixen Instagram model. She spoke out this week and said she was voting for Trump. And then it's kind of up in the air because a lot of people are like either they're not going to vote or they're voting for Trump.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of people who were like, I'm not voting at all, were going in on Alexis because they're like, you have a child that's disabled, but you're supporting a man who said that people with disabilities should just go and die. Yeah, so I think it's hard. I think a lot of us are either on the fence about voting at all, or they're leaning towards Trump because they feel like, oh, he gave us some money when he was in the White House, but I feel like, did he really give you that money? Or
So how much influence have entertainers had, you know, with the Lizzo and the Plies on IG, and with Usher, who came out and supported Kamala, and with Megan Thee Stallion, and like, how much influence does that really have when you see something? I know how you feel about
So
it.
Ryan, you trying to start some shit.
No, but before you go there, I think that it has a lot of influence because a lot of millennials and Gen Zs are not doing the research on the policies.
Right.
Like some of us who genuinely care about making an educated vote do the research. I have done the research, but a lot of my friends don't. They're asking me, well, what you think about this? Or what? I'm like, girl, read it for you.
Right.
Like I can read it and give it to
They're
you.
asking you because you're doing your research.
Yeah,
right?
but that's the thing. They're asking me also because of like my influence as well. So I'm saying like influencers, these entertainers, they have a huge influence on the people who are going to show up and
they're
vote.
asking you because when they watch Kamala do her campaigning, she's running a concert with Meg Thee Stallion and quoting Cuervo instead of quoting her policies. But that's why they're asking, and I'm sorry, listen, black people, if a concert and a Cuervo quote could get you influenced and have you flip to vote for her, that's a problem. That's low functioning. There's no way that we should be so freaking influenced by just a quick. I'm not voting for Megan Thee Stallion. I already know sis could dip and dance and do her thing. I'm voting for somebody who can lead my country. I don't want to see Meg dipping it. I don't want to see Cardi B. Alexis, the vixen, she should have been at the concert too if that's the case.
But how is
That's
that
the
any
problem.
different? How is that any different from Trump going and pardoning Kodak Black and we
And
feeling
bring
like
Antonio Brown out on the stage.
Exactly, it's the same.
They always
thing.
do that.
It's still low function.
No, it's the lesser of the evil. That's what I'm saying. Most people are voting
You
for
saying
Kamala.
which one is the lesser of the evil?
They both the lesser of the evil.
It's both low functioning.
That's my point. They're both low functioning.
What do you say? It's the difference between what and what?
I'm saying, what's the difference between Trump? Oh, I'm saying usually presidential elections, especially, this is like choosing between shit and throw up.
Hello.
Which one you want to eat? And I don't really want to digest neither one, but we got to make a choice.
You got to make a choice.
I might use the
So,
throw up.
Bree,
I guess we gotta vote for Meg Thee
listen,
Stallion.
I gotta ask y'all this though. So 2008, we had a second election with President Obama.
Yes.
for me as a black man, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I seen him get up on that stage, I said, I can do anything I want to do
right.
in life.
That's
Like it was big. It gave me the momentum that was necessary.
Representation.
Yes.
It represented
Yes.
to me as a young black son.
Come on.
That there was nothing that I could not do.
Absolutely.
But if we can be honest in the neighborhood, if we keep it 100, a lot of people ask, what has Barack Obama done for black people? What did he do when he was in office?
You guys, it's not just about black policies. I understand that we will never. This is not our country.
Yeah.
Like we keep thinking that we're gonna get to be running how we want to run it. We're not. And
That's
so,
right.
but he did do things that directly affect us. Like he came in and did the Affordable Housing Act, or I don't know.
Affordable Care Act.
Yeah,
The Affordable
and
Care
that
Act.
helped me
That
directly.
that helped us.
It helped you.
Yeah.
It helped me directly when I purchased my first home. I directly benefited off of that. Especially in, he did something for college at
He
the
did
time.
the health care. And let me
healthcare.
tell you about me being an entrepreneur. And at that time, I might have been finishing up my doctorate or my master's degree. Baby, I sure did apply for that free health care.
Yeah.
Okay? And I don't want to tell nobody because, you know, I make a lot of money. I'm not supposed to still be on the free health care. So y'all shut up. But you get what I'm Shut saying? up.
Well,
But,
let
hey,
us find
Ryan,
out
be
that's
quiet.
like to be on Cobra.
Right?
Are you on Cobra?
You
We
got
don't.
an Obama phone.
Leave
don't
me
you?
alone.
You got an Obama phone. I'm gonna find out.
No,
Be you on Cobra?
But
What you
and also, my home went into foreclosure. And guess what? My home, when I bought my first house I bought was at 19.
Yeah.
Obama came in, we was in the Depression, and went into foreclosure.
Yeah.
Then my bro came in, Big Daddy Obama, and he said, guess what? I'm gonna wipe away anything you owe for this foreclosure debt.
Yeah.
So he saved me about $400,000 on my foreclosure, and then make sure that my body, mind, and soul was healthy. So for me, again, a black man has done a lot for me as a black woman.
Right.
So I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna stand on it because black men do a lot of stuff that we don't recognize y'all for.
Yeah.
So I'm
can
grateful
you-
for that.
So my question is, so can you give Kamala
the same grace.
Because he didn't dress that up
he
as
is
a
also
black-
the same. He didn't dress like as you were saying. He didn't dress it up as this is a black thing.
Yeah.
He said that this was a people thing. So the question becomes, if we want Kamala to be unapologetically black in her campaign, why weren't we so hard on Obama for running?
Listen, I don't
the same type
I don't
of
dislike
campaign?
sis.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is she needs to tell us, for the ones who are not researching it, me and Bree are researching it, okay?
Right.
She owes it to us. One, as a community.
Mm-hmm.
Two, as taxpayers. Three, as people who donate to campaigns. And four, as someone who's gonna go to the poll and vote or do your mail-in ballot.
Right.
To explain to us, Ryan, just what your policies are. What have you done? Listen, Kamala is a career politician. She's been in politics for 35 years. I may be off, maybe 36. As a district attorney, a prosecutor, a VP, and she was a top cop. A top cop is somebody who polices the police. So while you policing the police, Cam, how come you did not rebuke qualified immunity? Qualified immunity is what allows police officers to not be criminalized or lose their pension when it comes to police brutality. While you're policing them, me as president of NAACP, I go into there with the chief of police every time we meet and say qualified immunity is some bullshit. If they put their hands on somebody with excessive force, they need to be criminalized just like any of us would be.
Oh, I wish I could run you down all the policies that I have researched on Kamala that I agree with.
You
We're
have,
gonna
and
come back
you
because we
have
got
read me
more.
with
We got,
it.
but regardless of how you feel about Kamala, a person with no conscience and no counsel is a dangerous individual, and we already know who that is. So when we come back, we'll talk more about it. But again, if nobody can tell you nothing, then nobody can tell you nothing.
There
We
you
got
go.
more True Talks when we come back.
Yeah. Water.
This is where we like to say, this is the hour after happy hour. When you get a little tipsy and your first sip of that truth juice and you be at the family reunion, you're like, you know that ain't your real dad, right?
Not telling all the business.
Yeah, for sure.
But speaking of the business, we're going to be sharing stories that inspire us. And I love this segment so much because we're going to be talking to the real people doing exciting things in these streets.
Look, that's right, y'all. And I cannot wait to talk to this couple that we've known who are in their 60s. They've been married for 43 years. And let me tell you something, the secret to their successful marriages, I think she might be my alter ego. She be role playing, y'all. Role playing.
she
After
kinky.
all these years?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Man, shout out to her husband Theodore.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Steady
true
Teddy.
player. Steady Teddy.
Teddy, Teddy.
It's gonna be spicy and fun. Just like my son them say, you know, it's gonna be bussin'. Come on,
Bustin',
somebody. It's gonna be
come on,
bussin'.
bustin'.
Yeah, bussin'.
So in this segment, even though it's human interest stories, we're going to be bringing you some of your favorite celebrities, like, you know, Shaq, Chris Tucker, and Luda, who was my former intern. So I know he's a big star back when he was a little kid, all right? About things that matter outside of entertainment and what they got going on in their lives.
Listen, what y'all think about the whole she keeps it spicy? I always advocate for my clients to keep it spicy from the beginning, the middle, and there should be no end.
Right.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, okay, you were married, you are married, we ain't married.
Right,
so I just want to ask y'all, keep it 100. Okay, did yours keep it spicy all the way through the 17 years? And listen, she watching you, Ryan. I got her back. Do she spice it, dice it for you right now? Still.
Let me tell you
Y'all
something.
newlyweds.
From the time that the garage door opened.
I seen it.
You know,
I
because
seen it.
I put a
saw
post
that
up on
too. I
IG,
seen it.
and you know, when we first got into the house, the garage door was broken, and they was like, "Just get the garage door fixed." But when the garage door opens and she's standing there,
What was she doing, Ryan? What
She
was
was
doing?
like, "Come on in,
No, she
come
was,
on
no,
in."
she wasn't doing that. She was jumping up and down. She was like, "Oh, Daddy's home." She
Yeah.
was going
happy
in for you.
for you.
I watched that video 4 times. I was
Yeah.
like, I love this. I love her. I love them.
She
you know,
was
and
so
some of the
excited.
comments like, you know, it feels good to be loved when somebody loves you back, and that's what we all are looking for. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Patty Cakes. Yes, I'll be home in a minute.
Patty cake, patty
I like
cake.
the name. Being, you know, I think I was married 17 years, probably 14 of them years were spicy. Them last 3 was tough for me. Cause I'm one of them men, like, you know how they say men hit everything?
Right.
I'm not that. If there's no
good. I
connection,
love
there's
that.
just no
Can you hit your bell for
connection.
that?
Yeah, come on, like
Love
if there's
that.
no connection.
Right.
But I realized a lot of times she was speaking to the little boy in me. Because every man has a little boy in him. And a 7-year-old on the inside of me who found out that he was adopted, had never met anybody in his biological family. I was easily offended by a woman who had a strong opinion. But now I realize a lot of times men, once we get that thing together, then that spice in your life can really happen.
And you know what, Dr. B, I want you to talk about this because me and Willie have talked about this even off camera about the fact that now more men are seeing that they need to have therapy, and they are now going back and raising their kids and recognizing trauma that it may have caused them to do some things in their past because they had nobody to talk to about. Because as we grow up, if y'all were to fall on the playground, when y'all were kids, they would say, "Oh, come here, baby. Let me dust you off. You know, don't cry, don't cry. Boy, you better not cry. And it just builds up like a pressure cooker until it explodes. And that's why we see so many instances of violence amongst our young people and amongst our old people too, because they have no release point.
Ryan, I love you so much for saying this, and I want to add to the violence. It's also self-inflicted pain and violence that a lot of black men are doing onto themselves. That we may not be able to see it physically, but emotionally and mentally we see it. I have so many black men that come. I had a black man come in my session today before the show, and when I tell you he came in 2 minutes into it, I'm talking about big old 6-something big. I mean, a black dude, alpha.
Right.
We was 2 minutes into it, and he said, he looked to the side, he said, "I'm so sorry, Doc." I said, no. Let that go.
Yeah.
That brother, I mean, he just cried for like 5 minutes straight. He had cheated on his wife. He said, "I cheated on my last wife. I keep creating the same things. I don't know why I'm doing this, Doc. Can you please get me to stop? I don't want to be this kind of man. I'm ruining my family." And he just went into this dialogue about like all the excuses of why he was doing it. And I said, "Listen, such and such, I'm gonna wrap this up with love." I said, "But I'm not here to feed your victimized mindset." I said, "I'm here to bring out the accountability." So while we in my session, I'm a poke. And I'm gonna detour you. I'm gonna detour you and tell you, "No, we're gonna talk about this." I said, "I asked you to tell me about the cheating. You went into people who passed away and why you're cheating and your grief. That's not what I asked you. So you're deflecting and you have avoidant behavior." And he goes, I said, "Have you heard that before?" He says, "I heard it in 2 of my marriages, the last 20 years. I said, "Well, today we're not gonna hear it. We're gonna dive right in." So tell me again what your appetite is for women and how you cheat and how you flirt. And there was one, he looked at me and said, "There's one story I've never told, and for some reason, every time I try to say it, I cry." He went to say it, and he just bawled in tears. This session, I still didn't hear the story. Whatever that story is, I don't know if, I don't know if it's with another man or woman, whatever it was, which, like, back to what you're saying, Ryan, it's so deeply rooted, this man couldn't even get it up, Willie.
A lot of that stuff starts when you're young. Because when you're growing up in the neighborhood, you don't realize that the enemy ain't really worried about your now.
Right.
Like, he's after your future. So he's putting those C's in at 12 with pornography and dirty books and, "Hey, man, did you hit her?" So I tell my children all the time, I have 3 boys, and I continue continuously tell them, like, listen, she is beautiful, that woman is great, but don't forget the prize that you have on the inside of you. You are also valuable. Don't give yourself up like that, because I didn't get the opportunity. Hood cats took me to the trap and was just like, he 12, give him a little something.
Right.
And I lost this beautiful moment to somebody, and my appetite was just so different. And then here's the other thing that men don't talk about. A lot of men were molested
I was gonna
by
say
men
sexual abuse.
and women,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And so when you start to dig through that, some people are hypersexual this way because they like, I was touched by my uncle who just got out of jail.
Right.
And then when I'm sitting with men and having these really deep conversations and they finally get the opportunity to get it out, I was sitting in a men's group. And it was a famous, amazing rapper. He got up and said, I ain't never told nobody this, but hey, at the end of the day, I was touched when I was a kid.
Right.
34 other men got up, and I was like, wow. Said the same thing.
You know what's crazy? You spoke about your ex-wife was speaking to the little boy in you, and I think that as a black woman, I'm even realizing that we often don't know how to nurture as much or be there and be as sensitive to the needs of a man too, because we also were taught.
Ring your bell for her.
You know what I mean?
Because so many black men come into my session and say exactly what.
But you know
But
why?
the-
It's because our moms
But we
raised
talked
us.
about this on the show, like off camera. It's like,
was good.
and for all the ladies that are listening right now, if you have sons and you're raising a son by yourself, you cannot raise these man babies.
Nope.
And because they're going into relationships and you come in and they may be 5 years old. How old is he? 5? And what grade is he in? Oh, he in the first grade. Like, you've got to let those young men talk, because one day you're not going to be there. And that's why they're going into a relationship thinking that the women's going to pick up after them, going to take care of them, because
they mom.
you have taken care. And you said they want you to be their mama.
I'm not being your mama. And the sad part is like you said, the women are raising their boys to be, they're coddling them, but women are raising their daughters to be so much more stronger, so much more independent and so it's like now we're unequally yoked when we go out here trying to date, because women, we're operating more in our masculinity and men are operating and dwelling or having learned how to balance that healthy masculinity with the femininity. So it's really have us, I love our black love in disheveled.
When we come back, because we got more. See, that's what
that's
True
getting
Talk.
good.
You
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. Go to YouTube, of course. Go to Foxhole and tell us what you think. We got more when we come back. It's True Talks. I know it's going like that, but we here. We'll be right back.
Here, y'all.
We'll be right back. That's good. I want to go deep in that.
And welcome back, and thanks for keeping it here.
Yeah, I know y'all may be familiar with all the hot topics, but we're giving you main topics and we're keeping it 100 on them, okay?
Yeah, this is a segment where we take deep dives into issues like interracial relationships and criminal justice systems, and we're gonna get a little spicy like we do.
Yeah, like, why is Kim Kardashian trying to freeze the Mendez brother? Like, she's trying to free these boys. It's really unique. There are other brothers wrongly convicted. She has done some work, though. I will say she's really worked on getting some of
You
the
mean
other
on her
brothers
body?
out. That too.
Okay.
That too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You said
Her
that.
body, her choice, Ryan.
But she's also gotten a lot of brothers and some black sisters
Yeah, some
out
black
of.
sisters
She's
out
got
of
them
jail.
pardoned.
Well, I don't know if y'all seen that story, but
the
the Mendez
yeah, the
are
double
double murderers,
murderers,
but I don't know if y'all seen the story and heard it, but they were victims of a lot of stuff too. So it's
Sexual
kind of
abuse.
sexual abuse from
Yep.
their parents. So
Yep.
it's like, wouldn't you want to kill your
Come
parents
on,
too?
Bree.
No.
We're not saying you should kill
I mean,
them,
I'm not saying you
but
should,
No.
but
Yeah.
the whole situation is just all messed
It's
up. The whole
sick.
thing is just horrible.
yeah.
I
And
think
feel
it's a bad situation. My favorite book say we gotta honor our mother and our father. At the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Ain't nobody bothering nobody, in the
Willie,
household like that.
I have a question. How do
Yeah.
you honor your mother and father if they're putting their hands on you physically and sexually abusing you?
Yeah.
Just the position. I'm not saying that you gotta honor what they're doing.
Right.
It's just like the quarterback.
Yeah, no, I'm
like
asking
every
seriously.
every wide receiver want the ball. You gotta respect the
Yeah, I'm
quarterback.
not saying the Mendez brothers should have
Yeah.
killed him, but tell me how. I'm asking a real question. How could they have honored them after you've penetrated me? You're my parent. I'm kind of with Bree. I'm not honoring you, bro.
I gotta get
At
this.
that
Listen,
point,
out of here.
it's a wrap.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, it's a wrap. But what I'm saying is posturing your heart to honor from a distance.
That's right.
I think
Some
I've-
situations that you just got to get out of.
Maybe I can
I grew
forgive
up
after.
in foster. Like, I've seen foster care children. Like 12-year-old boys, you grab their hand and they ain't got no life in their hand
Right.
no more. And it's like, bro, at the end of the day, you can't harbor that hurt. Like, you got to be able to channel it somewhere else. And
Willie,
I give them
if
the game. of
somebody sexually abused me, even if I couldn't kill him,
Yeah.
I'm finna go straight off.
Yeah.
I'm fighting. I'm going off. There's no way. I will forgive because I'm connected with God.
Yeah. But
But in the moment, you're gonna have to forgive me too.
And that's what I was
Because there's gonna be
saying.
some shit I do to you. We're gonna have to sit and forgive each other. You're not about to
Absolutely.
sexually abuse me and violate me and think that that's okay. I'm going all balls out. I'm running every
But you know
play.
what,
But
y'all
you gonna
both
kill him?
speaking-
You gonna kill him?
Listen, I don't know, but if the criminal justice system told me, Doc, a parent is sexually
no, I'm
abusing
asking you,
and
would you kill them?
listen,
What if
let me
death
say
is
this,
your only
Ryan.
way
Let me
out?
say this. If I walked
death
in,
is your
okay,
only way
let me
out,
ask y'all something. As men,
Yeah.
if I walked in, and I'm asking you the same question, if I walked in and a man was raping my daughter, I got a 9mm and a shotgun at home. I'm unloading every bullet in that clip. So if you walk in and a man is raping your daughters, you honoring him? What are you doing?
No, I mean, for sure. I mean,
What?
No,
we
you gotta
planning
protect.
the repast.
Okay, so
Call your family
so
to get dressed,
what I'm
okay?
saying is, but that's something that's yours.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why you gonna go there for it. But as a woman, this is something that's ours. So you come for what ours. We have every right to protect ourselves. Listen, the Bible says turn a cheek, but it say don't be a fool.
Yeah,
that's what it do say.
but
No way.
you're
telling
still
you- I'm not
you're still
telling you to
flipping
be
the
a
script
fool.
on something like
Yeah.
we're talking about these people killing their parents. We're not talking about violating you personally. I'm just talking about the Mendez brothers. I mean, I watched the Netflix special. I don't know what was truth and what was
Yeah,
hyperbole
yeah.
about what they did, but they still it was premeditated about what they were going to do, and they
had
killed
to.
them. And
Wait,
then
what
when they
happened
shot
to
them
these
up,
kids?
they blew their heads off.
They were molested from children all the way up, and they were grown. And I think that like y'all are speaking from a biblical standpoint, which I definitely have. And
totally.
faith
I'm speaking from a
basis.
money standpoint. They were rich, spoiled kids that decided to kill their parents.
But were they spoiled
But
if
Ryan,
you
what
get
about the sexual
raped?
abuse,
Yeah,
right?
did you not, when they killed their parents, they went and stayed in the hotel and spent $300,000 on stuff. Does that sound like
Ryan,
remorse?
listen,
I'm saying no,
Does
they
that
were
sound
not
like,
remorseful.
I feel better because I bought this Rolex.
But they weren't brought up in the church. They weren't brought up with that religion. So that takes, even as faith and believers,
Come
it
on,
takes
I'm about
us some
to say.
time to get to the point where we can forgive those who have wronged us. You know, we go to therapy, we go to all type of stuff to even get to that point, even though we are rooted in faith. These children were not raised that. They were not taught that. They were not educated or privy to the relationship
And-
with God.
and
They
I
weren't
wanna
built
say
that
to-
way.
Man, them were some country club kids. Now, I understand what you're saying, but come
Wrong
on.
is
Yeah, but a lot
Come
of
on
but a
now.
lot of kids plan that. I had two sisters who dad sat them in front of TV and played porn for them. These are my clients now who played porn for them. Only sexually abused intercourse-wise the younger sister, and then did all the other stuff that's not intercourse, but to the older sister. The little sister came home to the big sister and said, "Sis, we got to plan a way out of here." The big sister said, "But we got to wait till we talk to the people at church because we got to go to the church people's house, right?" The little sister could not wait for the plan because the dad kept having sex with her while she was 9. So she went to school and said, "My daddy is penetrating me. He's raping me. This is not okay." The police comes to the house, right? They come in there, they tear everything up, they find no evidence. What you think they did with them girls?
Let them
girls
stay.
stay there.
Yes.
Let them girls stay there. Hold on. Finally, after a while, the dad ends up going to jail. I asked the girl, I said, "Well, where's your father now? Do you visit him in jail?" She said, "Well, Doc, he died in jail." I said, "Oh, well, how?" She said, "He died of stomach cancer." I said, "Wow, look at God." Now, maybe I'm crazy, but my thing is this. The police couldn't do their diligence the first time.
God did.
So God circled the
wanna
block.
do it?
God circled the block.
Wait, but y'all still are talking about that insulated case. We're talking about the Menendez brothers who were rich, whose families was rich.
Can I
they
say-
they were rich. This is white
Right.
privilege.
But how many of us
This is
have to
white-
do with
Wait, I'm about to
Money
say, how
has
many times
everything
have
to do
you?
with it.
No, it doesn't, because
No,
how
what
many
I'm saying
times have we
about
had
their
issues?
ability to leave the situation?
How many
I think
times
so.
have we had
But
issues
they're-
that money couldn't solve,
And
Ryan?
that was their parents' money. A lot of times you don't
Yeah.
have access to your parents' money.
Just
So
because
what are
you grow
supposed to
up
do?
rich. Listen, I grew up, my family, I come from a city of Atlanta where it's nothing but my entire lineage is a family of entrepreneurs. That doesn't mean that I had privy to my family's money.
But
I
you
couldn't-
like where you live.
I did like where I
And you
lived.
still do.
But I do. But
Well,
I
okay,
work
well,
hard
I'm
where I'm
saying,
at now.
you can't throw
But
that
what
out
I'm
there,
saying,
but
you
you
don't
still
realize
like where you live.
that money can't solve every problem. The psychological issues that they have are so
Come on.
deeply rooted
Come
that
on.
So you
no
wanna
matter
let
how
them
much
out?
money, yes.
So you want to
Yeah.
let
You
them
okay?
They
Let's
get a
just-
second chance at life.
They need to come out.
Yes.
You agree
They
need to
didn't
come
go
out.
around
My
killing
My
innocent people. They
Bree,
killed the
Bree,
people
how-
that violated
Was
them.
there any other option that these kids have, having so much fucking privilege? Like, when you look at these kids, they had a lot of freaking privilege. Like, do you think there was
Willie,
another
what's the
option besides murder?
Privilege and money doesn't make an abuser not an abuser. Privilege and money doesn't make a sexual abuser who put their stuff in you and did
So
things
was
to you
there
not
another option
okay.
for the boys is what I
Listen,
wanna
What's the
know.
let me
option
tell you
when
Besides
something.
somebody that's that rich, that powerful, has that much control? Their father was not just any rich man. He had power and control. And if your entire community and ecosystem is supporting this abuser, where you gonna go?
You sound like
That
you
part.
describing every powerful white man in the nation.
Hello, and is.
something.
Okay.
So they can do what they want to
And
do.
so
No, they
and so
can't.
No, what I'm
therefore-
saying, if you look at the grand scheme of things, we all know that when we want these seats at the table, it's always the person who's sitting there with a T-shirt and the jeans on. That's the one you need to worry about. It ain't the one sitting up in there with a three-piece suit.
Listen, Ryan and Willie, I don't care if somebody come with 10 Billy, okay? If you put your penis or your mouth or your hands where it don't belong, then you are subject to punitive consequences. And that's either criminal justice system or like these boys, people are gonna take matters in their own hands.
So you
now
think
you
they need to
call
be
it
out?
white privilege.
She said they
you
didn't.
call it white privilege. I'll call them gangsters. They did what they had to do. If somebody is abusing you, I would teach my child. If I'm abusing you, let me show you how to roll up and roll out. I
Would
wouldn't even
you
allow
have had the
myself to do
same
that to my
energy if they were
child.
black?
Absolutely.
Hell, I have a bigger energy. If they was
Absolutely.
black, I probably would have called them and said, "I'll give you free sessions for the rest of your life. You let these boys out of prison."
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They deserve a second chance
That's
at life.
the-
They
that is
already.
So if the
disgusting.
Menendez brothers had been the Johnson brothers,
Yes, yes.
They would have
We
been
would
in
be
there
riding.
even longer.
I think
Even
y'all would be
longer.
riding.
Even
If the
longer.
Mendez brothers had been the Johnson brothers, I think y'all would have been riding. Okay, because
I
y'all
probably
know,
would. I mean, I probably
Exactly.
would. It's just a different scenario. Upbringing to me is very important. When you're a young African American male, a lot of times, as he said, you're gonna be called a punk. You're gonna be called soft if you bring up some of these difficult issues.
Right,
At
right.
the end of the day, in my personal opinion, and it's no disrespect to anybody else, the Menendez brothers, as I watched this documentary, had far too many opportunities to let somebody know and get
What
out.
are those opportunities?
once your mind is
Tell me
messed
what
up,
those opportunities are, because when I'm being sexually violated at this moment, my only opportunity is I am shrinking. I am in shame. I am embarrassed. I am in fear. I don't know what to do. Even if I have the money, I'm now psychologically fucked up. How
These
do I
weren't
think,
kids,
plan,
Doc.
or plot?
They were 18 and 22.
That which makes it even more
Like they
disgusting.
grown
Right.
people. At 22, you can't do me that way without me defending myself differently.
You say
right?
that, you
like,
know,
because
come on
I
now.
understand what it is. So here's the thing I ain't never told nobody. I was touched by a man and a
How old were
female
you?
at 11
First of
years
all, I'm
old.
sorry to hear
No,
that.
No, so here go to catch
How old were you?
22.
Thank
I'm
you for
11. I'm
sharing
like
that.
11 years old, touched by both of these different people. So I become sexually hyper to women because I've been touched and touched on
Yeah,
both sides of the
totally.
spectrum. So here's the catch 22. I was able to come back. Now I'm a hood dude, neighborhood, Berkeley, Missouri, $17,000,
Oh,
whatever
Willie,
it takes.
Willie,
We
say
can
it
run
again,
it.
'cause
I
that's-
can
woo.
run that play. Like I can run that play quicker than
Come
anybody
on
in the
now.
neighborhood. But I understood that my future had to be bigger than my
on.
trial. So when I turned 23 years old, I had never seen this dude again. But he come walking down the street, and by this time, I got $250,000 in the bank. I got goons with me and everything. And I look him right in the face, and I said, "You tried to stop me, champ, and I do want to hurt you. But at the end of the day, I know where I'm going." What I believe, if the Menendez brothers had somebody that they could talk to tell the true story.
You're right. If they had that,
But I don't think they took the option. When you look at the schools they went to, the St. George's of the world, they're counselors just like you who get paid to make sure that you
Willie,
can do that.
people
They
what,
grown
right.
men.
But people
Can I say
with
something, too?
privilege also pay to play.
Yeah.
So when you talk about counselors in schools and government, and like Bree was saying, neighbors in churches, people who got money are paying people to shut the hell up.
Absolutely.
So, if I,
That's fact.
so right, so that's
But
what
you're
white
22.
privilege is.
But I also
it don't
wanna add
matter.
in,
But
too-
you, like you said, they
If I
had
was
no one to
15.
talk to or no one to go to,
Yeah.
right? And I want to say this real quick. Dude, I honor you.
Yeah.
And I admire you
Yeah.
for being able to see that dude and say, bruh, listen,
Yeah.
everything in me wants to, but everything in me won't.
But you know why? That's because
But a
that's
lot of
how you
people
were
can't do that.
genetically wired. You were genetically
Genetically
wired like
wired.
that. A lot of times we don't get to choose how we respond to trauma,
Yeah.
and we judge each other off of it. But your body
that's
goes
true.
into
But
a fight
I
or
think
flight,
Come on.
freeze
It-
mode.
It's different
Yeah,
for
Bree.
your experience, right? I mean, and my mother's watching, and this is all public record. You
Hi,
know,
Mom.
she was in a relationship with, and I came back to live with her, and her boyfriend hated me. He hated the fact that she had a child. So whenever she would let him use her car, he would come back home, he would push me around, he would do all kinds of things because he really hated me.
Wow.
And to the point where when I got to be a certain that was the only way that I felt that I was going to get out. But something, and it might have been God or something else that said to me, tell your mother what is going on. And when I told her, I was like a lot of people, I was fearful that she wasn't going to believe me. I was fearful that she was going to still be in love with this man. But she did the right thing, and she ended the relationship, and it made our relationship so much stronger. But as a kid, I got a picture of me before and after that, where I got school pictures where my hair is going all kinds of crazy. Because listen, this is how he would hide the pic. You know, back then we all had the fro, and so you know, school picture day, I wake up and I can't find the comb because he was that vindictive and that so much hate was in his heart. And I wrote about it in the newspaper, and he wrote me a letter. And was apologizing. He admitted to everything that he was doing, and it was something that healed my heart. But it was something that, as black men, that we don't get a chance to, because a lot of times we're stuck in the trauma at that age. My therapist says that when something bad happens to you, if you're under 16, you're stuck there. So they may be 50, 60, but whatever happened to them at 16, they still stuck there. And all of a sudden they going off on you. And as they say, if it's hysterical, it's historical. And you're like, why are you going off on me? Because it's something that is triggered from their past. So for me,
thank you for
Ryan, shout out to your mama, Ryan, for doing the right thing. Shout out moms. Because a lot of moms be choosing their man over their child, and that becomes a big problem, because when the man leaves you, then you want to tap on your son so he can be your man again. But that's a whole nother Talk to Brian session.
We're going to come back. I mean, hey, it is True Talks. We got more. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back. And thanks for keeping it here on True Talks. One thing I know is that everybody wants to be famous, right?
And you got that right. We live in a world where everyone has a camera phone, and their face to it. And content, we all know, is key.
Come on.
Well, listen here. Here on True Talks, we end our show with a chance for you. Yeah, you heard me. Y'all over there, y'all in our chat, to be famous, because this segment is called what? Famous FaceTime.
We're going to call some of our celebrity friends on the spot, and we might even FaceTime you and your mama and your cousin too.
No, for sure. I'm excited to chat with some of you guys out there, whether it be in the comments, with y'all chiming in on the topics. Let us know tonight what y'all think about these topics that we've been weighing in on. But even FaceTiming y'all, seeing y'all in real life, that would be lit.
Because I got someone I can't wait to FaceTime. Ryan, be quiet.
Ooh.
Ryan, be...
We partners in real life. That's what I want to say. A lot of people, man, you know what?
True.
They on TV, but they really don't like people.
Okay.
And we like people, and we like each other.
We do like each other.
Yeah.
I love y'all.
I do.
Y'all my new family.
Yeah.
So, but we also disagree on stuff.
I mean, like any family do. Me and my mama don't get along and agree on everything.
Yeah.
We be disagreeing.
Dr. B, why you got panties over there?
Listen, Willie, big or small Willie?
She want to do big Willie or small Willie.
TBD.
See?
Come on, TBD.
Look, this is my representative.
That I want to know.
Baby leg.
Wait, Willie, you said you small and big at the same time. What'd you say?
Come on. I said baby leg.
Okay.
Come on.
Listen,
the Lord is good.
because, okay, y'all remember Bad Girl Riri, the woman I was saying is with her husband?
Right.
All the
Yeah.
time she keeps
With
it
Steady
spicy.
Teddy.
But Steady Teddy.
Yeah.
She got a lingerie line, and it got this opening in the crotch.
Ooh, crotchless.
But this is what I want. This is what I was wondering, Bree. I'm just curious, not to be in your business, but to just kind of, I guess, to out my business. Is this big enough? Not for the actual entryway, y'all. Don't do me, Willie. But is this big enough for the actual moose?
the
poop?
For the whole knuckle.
For the whole knuckle, whatever you call it.
Yeah, the
What you
moose
call it?
knuckle. Glorilla call it the moose
For the
knuckle.
Glorilla.
The Glorilla.
The Glorilla. Glorilla say it's on moose
I mean,
knuckle.
and then this the thing, listen,
That fat cat.
because I'm not into casual sex, I accidentally sometimes will go like a year and a half, 2 years with none. Because I
Accidentally.
Accidentally or on
Because if it's
purpose?
casual, well,
You might just fall
accidentally,
on
because
one
I
one day,
want
though.
it. But because if it's casual, I'm just not turned on. I'm not into it. There's not a connection. We're not fused. We're not locked in. You're not loving me. How Willie?
Tight.
Oh, God.
Love me like that. You're not loving me like that. Then I don't want to put my, what is it called? Moose?
Your
What's it called?
moose knuckle.
My
Moose
moose knuckle in this thing, okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to have them on, and we're going to talk about this, because not only does she have a line of lingerie,
Yeah.
but also she likes to do the role play. I heard
Come
she
on,
be
that
dressed up
role
with like
play.
different characters.
Yeah, I like that. I'm
And
about to
does
take a
she have
page out of that.
chandelier? So what she say, Willie? She
I
has
think
a
it's like a
chandelier?
chandelier. And the catch-22, they're in their 60s.
Okay, we can't tell them all the tea. We got to let them
Yeah.
watch the show tomorrow and
You right.
see.
Make sure that y'all go to YouTube,
Yep.
go to the comments, react to the show. And I just want to go on the record and say, this was absolutely live,
Yes.
unscripted.
Yes.
So you see us, I'm not saying it's going to be like this every day, but it was like this tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well, Truth Talks.
Yeah.
And make sure
Come
you
in our
tell another
DMs.
friend.
Yeah, come in our DMs. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I was not supposed to be looking at my phone because our producers told me not to, but I looked at my phone, y'all, and y'all are reposting, y'all are in my
Yes.
DMs, and you
Yes.
are watching, so I want to say thank you, but go in our DMs, go in Bree's DM, Willie's, go in Ryan King's DMs. repost us, put this on. If you tag us, we're going to repost it. All right?
Yes.
Become
y'all-
a member of the Bree Hive.
Yes, become a member of the Bree Hive. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Breeze the Name. That's BRISTHENAME. And I want to be cousins. We country cousins. You know, y'all part of the Truth Talks fam now.
Flat out. Make sure that you follow me at Willie Moore Jr. Live. We're going to have fun. We're going to laugh. We're going to be inspired. Every time you come visit me, I guarantee you two things. You're going to have a little fun. And number two, you're going to be inspired. So make sure that you tune in.
And make sure you follow us on Fox Soul too. And my handle is Do It For The Ryan on IG.
Do It
And
For
of
The
course,
Ryan.
Ryan
Don't feel like
Cameron
you're
on the X. So, hey man, we're going to be back again.
But wait a minute.
What?
Doc Squad. Y'all already know what it is. You know my handle is _Dr. Bryant. I need the Doc Squad on fire. I need y'all to run to their pages. I need y'all to follow them. I need y'all to go in their DMs like you be in my DMs. Ask them what they wearing and what they doing. We want to run this up and go to Fox Soul and let them know that this show is the show to watch.
Yep.
It's the show to watch. All right?
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll.
I know, y'all. This is about to be
This was
exciting.
good. This
Social's
was
about to
good.
be on fire.
Yeah, this was good.
Yeah, we lit.
So live shows are really, really good. If we can be honest, man, we came in today and we didn't know what to expect.
Exactly.
But look what happened.
Yeah,
Magic.
no, absolutely.
Good job.
We did the thing.
Good job.
And
Oh yeah, and don't forget, you see those drinks back there. We're gonna have, the truth juice
yeah.
being poured live. So you thought it was happy hour. We ain't happy yet. It's about to go down.
happier.
The truth juice.
It gets happier.
It gets happier.
and happier.
Happier than the
and
pink
happier.
panties.
That first sip feel.
Until
you know?
the words get slurred.
Yes, I love that.
Tag 'em in.
I'm excited to have each
That-
of our own little truth drinks.
Yeah.
You know?
Our truth juice. Hey, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Truth Talks. You know what? We'll see you tomorrow. Let's do it again.
see y'all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there.
Truth Talk, baby.